Welcome to the AI for Good Global Summit here in Geneva, and I'm now really delighted to have Eric Loeb with me, who's Executive Vice President of Government Affairs at Salesforce. You've come to these summits quite a few times, and this year the theme is really, okay, it's implementation, it's governance of AI. What's your take?
Well, first of all, I think this is such an amazing place to be convening people because there is a tradition with the ITU as the oldest of the specialized agencies to convene people from around the world, to build capacity, to help to identify the ways that technology, whether old or new, can actually bring equity and be dispersed well. So to see the ITU with such a history and also to be looking at the issues that are so compelling for now and the future is absolutely appropriate and shows the vision of the place. I also would say that the governance of AI has been, to me, absolutely fascinating. Because in many of the prior technology cycles, when we've thought about policymaking, sometimes there has been a focus of not doing anything until we can do everything. What I've seen in the last year, first of all, is that no matter where I go, no matter what public official I meet with in any country, whatever it is that we were going to talk about, AI is what is discussed. It is
You're
top
not,
of mind.
you're not just saying that.
I'm not just saying that. It is top of mind because it is transforming society at such a rapid rate. So what we're seeing from a governance standpoint is a lot of innovation in policymaking. There's a willingness to iterate, learn from each other. There's a great understanding that there is a need and a benefit to collaborate, not just between governments, but between all of the stakeholder groups. And as well, there's just a rapid development of trying different ways, whether it is voluntary commitments or policy frameworks or indeed regulations as well. So the governance, not only in its substance, but also in its process of addressing this important issue of AI is fascinating and gives me a lot of hope, actually.
Okay, because one of the key things about AI is that there has people have to feel that they can trust it. They have to feel that there can be collaboration, like you said, and there has to be transparency.
Oh, indeed. Look, for AI, we would not want to be doing AI just for AI's sake. Optimally, what we are trying to do is to improve the state of the world, both for the state of the world, the planet, but for the state of the world of humans. Sometimes this is conveyed as, well, we should have a human in the loop. That's one approach. I like to think of it, Salesforce thinks of it as a human at the helm. So slight difference there. A human in the loop might mean that you are going to be in and auditing every activity. Human at the helm means you're intentionally directing the trajectory of AI and giving it a strategic plan for how you want to be using it. So absolutely, the need to be intentional and responsible now is absolutely critical. We need to be thinking about the long-term over-the-arc safety issues, but there are everyday issues right now that we need to be taking action on. And if we are being responsible today and at each different type of use case throughout the AI ecosystem, that in itself is likely to lead to a safer future.
Give me a current example.
For bias, for example, this is an absolutely critical issue that we must address now and put attention into. So even as we think about longer term, high risk safety issues, there are everyday fundamental design decisions of responsibility. So bias is one. Sustainability would be another. The energy consumption that we are seeing with AI is just on an exponential curve. And so there's an opportunity right now to be thinking about computational efficiency and energy efficiency in the design and the creation and the operation of our different AI models.
I know, Eric, you've come over here to really talk about sustainability and see what's going on. Tell me about that.
Well, it's among many issues that are important to Salesforce, but it is, of course, it's one of the core values of our company. The core values of the company are trust, customer success, innovation, equality, and sustainability. So the point of putting that in as one of the core features of the company means that we carry that responsibility into not only how we design our technology, but ideally to making solutions that help all of our customers on their sustainability journey. A handful of examples in AI and with sustainability. We did create a set of AI sustainability policy principles because we think that among the different regulatory frameworks that need to be addressed, thinking about ensuring sustainability in the design of AI is very important. We developed a set of green codes to help for different developers of AI to understand how in all of their code design, they can make small but important changes that in an aggregation of marginal gains, you end up with a big impact on sustainability. And a third example, this is from a product standpoint, we developed a few years ago Net Zero Cloud, which would, in an automated way and powered by AI, help for companies whether it's for their ESG reporting or because they want to improve all scope 1, 2, and 3 emissions, identify more effectively where they can have a large impact, where their emissions challenges are at the highest, so that they can take action and improve it. So whether it's from policy or the intentional design of code or creating products that can help organizations be more efficient, there's a tremendous opportunity. And AI can have a front-end impact on that by making the AI more sustainable and a back-end by helping people to make more responsible decisions.
Okay, that's interesting, very interesting. You're an early believer in ITU's AI for Good summits. You came from the very beginning. You've seen how the subject has evolved. You said just earlier that it's at the center of most of your conversations as you travel around the world. How would you say the evolution of this summit and what people are talking about here?
Well, first of all, I really do compliment the vision that the ITU has had, and certainly that Secretary General Bogdan has had on this, because the ITU has been focused on AI before the world was focused on AI as a common talking point. So having that credibility of having identified that this is an incredibly important issue, and then carrying that through, just look at the participation level that we have this year. The other part of it is what I had mentioned before, is the special place that the ITU sits in the world. It is a place that is trusted from policymakers from all over the world for the convening, for the capacity building, and for help with the policy development. This becomes so important where, although on one hand, we are going to have different nuances for different use cases or capabilities or different geographies, we also do need to have some interoperability around the world, whether it's common definitions, common norms, common positive frameworks. So I believe that what the ITU had started doing quite a long time ago is really bearing the benefits as AI has certainly become such a high priority. And we're seeing that reflected in the participation and the quality and the interest here. So it's, I think, very exciting to see.
I'm sure we'll see you back here.
Indeed. I look forward to it.
Eric Loeb from Salesforce, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we'll have much more coming up on the AI for Good Global Summit right here, so do stay tuned.